And now we can rock and roll. So my first question for you, Lulu, is obviously for you guys to win the doubles point today. What did that do for your team to take that 1-0 lead?
I mean, it was definitely important to win the doubles. Doubles is important in every match, I think, because it gets you a lead in the score point.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was really important.
Mm-hmm. And for you, you were struggling in your singles match throughout that first set. You trailed early on. What did you change? What about your game changed that allowed you to come back in that first set and ultimately pull away at the end?
I think it was not a very big change, but I just kept going and really, because I knew I was playing the right way. And I think she just had like a good start with like adrenaline and things like that. So I just kept going and just focused on my game.
Yeah, absolutely. And now you find yourself in the semifinal. And the one thing about your Texas team, you guys are so young, right? So many freshmen already, and you're having this degree of success. What does it mean for you guys to find yourselves in a national semifinal this early in the year?
I think it's great that, even though we don't have much experience, like maybe other teams with a lot of seniors, we still push ourselves and we fight and as same like any other. So yeah.
Well, congratulations, Lulu, on a fantastic performance today and on the victory as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach, for taking the time to chat. Obviously appreciate it this quickly after the match. We'll try and keep this brief so you guys can go home, get your rest. But for your team today, obviously to come out to take the doubles point, I know you changed up your doubles pairings a little bit since your last match. What did you think of their performance today?
Overall, or with respect to the doubles?
With respect to the doubles first.
I think... I think you obviously, Alex, have watched 4 dual matches go down back to back to back. So your eyeballs are up to the doubles point. And one of the things about the doubles point, it's just very tense. And it's not always the case that you're seeing people's best tennis self around. It's a lot of yelling and screaming and nerves. And so when you ask me how we performed, how we played, I thought Lulu and Kylie played exceptionally well. They sputtered a little bit at 5-1 up, but had enough to go over. I feel like Anna and Fernanda played quite well, although I didn't see a ton of it. And Marta, the new pairing that you alluded to, Marta and Charlotte, I thought they did really well. I mean, they've not played at all. They had some opportunities and probably didn't convert in that set on the strength of some lousy coaching by me. But overall, it was a decent performance.
Yeah. No, I mean, for your team, again, anytime you can advance to a national semifinal, I'm sure you chalk that up as a victory. And for your team, 4-2 today, or 4-1 today, you advanced to the semifinals. And, you look at the singles performance you got today, in particular from Charlotte, from Peyton, 2 freshmen, obviously, on your team. To see them playing at this level this early in their careers, is that something you expected? And just what has your reaction been to the performance of these young freshmen early in the year?
I mean, we have, you talked about our last outing at Oklahoma last week. We played 5 out of the 6 starters were freshmen. Today, Kylie didn't play in singles and Labranya played. So with 4 freshmen in the lineup, that's our old ladies lineup, as they say. When you just look at the players like Peyton Stearns and Charlotte and Malika had a match point, right, when the match was clinched. Lulu, they head-to-head against anyone. Certainly, I like our chances. And yet, I spoke a little bit about the doubles point. College tennis is a completely different beast. A lot of these kids are used to playing in the minor leagues of professional tennis where even if you're a very accomplished player, your mom, your dad, and your coach are watching. And here it's, helter skelter, yelling and screaming and so on. And so the lack of experience with our freshmen at that, I don't want to say amazed, because they're a very resourceful and forward-thinking bunch, but definitely very impressed with the way they're handling themselves, because it is difficult. I mean, it's super difficult, and they've performed well. But with fielding 4, 5, or 6 freshmen in every dual match, we're definitely going to have our growing pains as the year progresses.
No, you're going to have to wear that hat, because you're going to be out of hair by the end of the season, without question. And I feel, one follow-up and then one final question for you on the freshmen. Do it all feel like it's sort of a blank slate? You have this empty canvas to work with, all of these freshmen who, when you're a freshman, you listen to your coaches because you don't know any better, and so they're just so attentive. Do you feel like you get, again, it's sort of a free swing at this season?
Absolutely. I mean, I think one of the things just over a coaching career that you come to learn is that these young ladies come to college and have got that status. They're very good players, in many cases on the strength of the great coaching and parenting and so forth that they've had, and equally, in some cases, in spite of it. And so it's the case that, as a coach with the freshmen, you're just trying to do a lot more teaching, and they are more impressionable. And so I would just say that I've done this for about 18 or 20 years, and the group that we have now is definitely the most joyous and joyful group to teach and to be around. Just lovely people, pretty darn good tennis players, but lovely people.
No, that's awesome to hear. Well, with that in mind, obviously you guys have a little tennis ahead of you this weekend. National semifinal for you guys tomorrow against UCLA. What does that mean for your program? What can we expect to see tomorrow from the Longhorns?
Like I said, obviously we know their players very well. Anna Taradi has tangled numerous times with their top 3 in their lineup. And so they, certainly are a very good team. I think if you look at each matchup, whoever Stella plays and I play in the certain positions, I would say that it's a 50-50 proposition. UCLA definitely have an advantage with respect to experience, but that's what the fun part is. We'll go see how the matches get played out tomorrow.
If we've learned anything through this pandemic, the point of college tennis should be to play college tennis. So I agree with you. Let's play the matches out on the court. And obviously, Coach, wishing you and your team safety, health, and success throughout the course of this season. So Alex, thank you for chatting, and good luck.
Thank you for following. Thanks for your interest, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Always, of course. Take care, Coach.
Cheers.